Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
The following portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by Centerwell Senior Primary Care. Hey guys, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today I'm in North Myrtle Beach at Centerwell and I'm joined by Kay Jan Antonio. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
Great.
We are at Centerwell Senior Primary Care. This is a new location. I want you to tell me all about Centerwell and what you guys are all about.
So Centerwell is a senior-focused primary care doctor's office. Centerwell is typically for patients 65 and older. We use a team-based focus on healthcare with board-certified physicians and care team. We are Medicare friendly. We accept original Medicare and Medicare Advantage plans, and we're happy to check anyone's coverage.
Perfect. Okay, can you maybe break down Centerwell for me and what that means?
Yes, so Centerwell it conveys how we care for our patients. Patients are the center of their care. We focus on their physical, social, emotional health because those are all connected. And patients at Centerwell are surrounded by an integrated care team.
Love it. Okay, so break down some of the people that work here. It's quite a big team.
Yes, so everyone here is trained to care for seniors. Every center has a care team that consists of a physician, nurse practitioner, medical assistants. Patients have access to behavioral health specialists, nurse care coordinator, clinical pharmacist.
Wow.
Yes, and this team is there to care for every patient.
Yeah, and it's kind of different when you're caring for seniors, right?
Yes, so seniors, like I said, everyone here is trained to care for seniors. Seniors often have more health problems. They often have more chronic conditions, and sometimes they're very complex conditions. We have longer appointment times, so we're able to spend time with the patients so that they can have all their questions answered and feel more confident in their care plan. And doctors and the nurse practitioners can spend more time with the patients.
Yeah, talk to me about what senior-based primary care is and what that whole model is all about.
So senior-based primary care is longer appointment times. Patients can have their questions answered. We can spend as much time as we need with them. It really focuses on seniors. We have Centerwell referral specialists and care coordinators who can help seniors to navigate the healthcare and appointment systems. And we have convenient locations and shorter wait times.
And again, it's different whenever you're caring for seniors than other patients, right?
Yes, absolutely, because senior patients have more chronic conditions. They can potentially be more complex health issues. Because we have those longer appointment times, we're able to spend time to answer all those questions and address all those issues. The doctors and nurse practitioners can spend as much time as they need with these issues.
All right, so what would you say is your favorite part of your job?
So certainly spending time with seniors. I love taking care of seniors. I love having that relationship with them and being able to help them with their health issues and get them to a better place with their health. And here at Centerwell, we're able to spend the time to really address those issues.
Definitely. So I'm sure there are people watching that are thinking, are you guys accepting new patients and how does that process work?
Absolutely. We're accepting new patients. We accept original Medicare and we accept Medicare Advantage plans. Perfect. And patients can call and have their coverage checked over the phone. Interested seniors can stop by or they can call.
So you guys are located right here in North Myrtle Beach, right?
Yes, at 240 Highway 17 North.
This portion of Living Local Carolina was sponsored by Centerwell Senior Primary Care.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
The following portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by 5 Star Painting. Hey guys, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today I'm in the studio with Scott and Ashley from 5 Star Painting, and we're going to get to know what different roles you guys have at the company. So why don't you tell me a little bit about what each of you do first?
You want me to go?
Go ahead, take it away, Scott.
I'm co-owner of 5 Star Painting in Myrtle Beach, and I project manage the jobs, so I'll go out and ensure the jobs are running smoothly. If the client has any kind of hesitations or concerns, I can address it with them. Basically, being project manager, I'm also co-owner, so I also have the hat of wearing, financials, keeping everything in budget, keeping track of crews, subcontractors, keeping them busy. And that's where Ashley comes in, where she does the marketing aspect.
Yes, you have a little bit of a different role. Tell me all about it.
Yes, so my role is franchise director / co-owner. So I am out in the community. I am the face of the business, being involved in networking groups, meeting different business owners. I also step in being co-owner in whatever aspect I'm needed, whether that's, stepping in a last minute estimate or just tagging along. Sometimes we just like to be together and go out for coffee and try different restaurants. We're really big foodies, I would say. So we love trying new places. We love coffee. It's actually pretty unhealthy. But
It is great.
for us, because we do it a lot. Sometimes even twice a day we'll go and get some coffee together. Making sure that our financials are all together, any projects we have going on in a timely manner. We also, interview together for subcontractors and everything like that. We're pretty involved in all aspects of the business. But my main baby is being involved in the community and other businesses and, just being the face of the business.
Love it.
Face of the business.
The face of the business right here.
Hence why I'm here,
She'll be signing autographs after this is done from the station. But, you have a great team. I want to learn a little bit more about your team that you guys have, because that's who's going to be coming into your home and painting.
And we have our crews are pretty decent. They've been with us since the beginning. We do interviews with them, so it's not like we're just pulling anybody off the street and offer them to paint somebody's house. We do checks on them to make sure everything is up to snuff.
Okay.
And we also do have an estimator on our team as well, which you guys would be seeing whenever he comes out and do a free estimate. He's been with us since February, and he's actually my brother too. So yeah, some people don't see the correlation. But I think we look alike. People say we look alike sometimes.
Definitely.
But he's been with us since February, so he does all our estimates for us, and we'll tag along as well just to be part of it.
That's awesome. Well, for those that don't know, kind of run through the menu of what's available to people with 5 Star Painting. It's quite a bit.
Yes. So we offer a variety of services as it relates to painting, whether it's repair of the the wall or the stucco, or patching any holes when it before we paint them.
Siding, vinyl, hardy plank. The hardy plank can deteriorate over time, so that would need to be replaced. Vinyl also can kind of get a little faded, but vinyl is able to be painted.
Pretty much anything, any prep work that needs to be done before you actually paint, we're able to do that. So for exteriors, we pressure wash the exteriors before we paint them, just to make sure that there's nothing on it with any scraping, anything like that needs to be done before we can actually put a brush and paint on it. We're able to do.
It's all in the prep work.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
All right,
absolutely.
guys. Well, if somebody wants to learn more about you guys and get in contact with you, what's the best way to do that?
You can go on our website, which is 5 Star Painting of Myrtle Beach, or you could give us a call, 843-654-1390.
This portion of Living Local Carolina was sponsored by 5 Star Painting. Well, good morning. Thanks for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. Today I'm back with Everett from Looking Good Auto Detailing. Thanks for being with me today.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, today we're talking about ceramic coating 101. Why is this important? Why do our viewers need to be considering this for their cars?
So we buy a vehicle. If anybody's been paying attention to the market, the price of vehicles have gone up over the course of the last few years.
Yeah.
It's always been important to have some form of protection on your paint, whether it be wax, sealant, ceramic. With ceramic, it's just a longer lasting protection. So it protects your vehicle from the harmful UV rays of the sun, bird droppings, etching from bugs.
Yeah.
If you live closer to the beach, the air is kind of salty. It can cause oxidation or rust on your paint. So
we all know about that.
right, and even if like when you go to sell a vehicle, the resale value, it maintains that resale value. So, and it looks good.
Yeah.
So,
Your car looks like brand new.
right, easy to maintain, the whole shebang. Like I don't know a downside to ceramic.
Yeah. So how long does it last once you get it
It
coated?
depends. It depends on a lot of factors. So it depends on the maintenance.
Okay.
So we have a 2-year coating, a 5-year coating, and a 9-year coating.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it depends on the maintenance. It depends on the upkeep. It really just depends on that client and how well they maintain that vehicle, whether it sits outside or in the garage, daily driver or not. Like it's a lot of different factors that go into how long the ceramic can actually last. The manufacturer guarantees that it's on the vehicle for X amount of years, but depending on how that client maintains it will determine that.
The longevity, and you're getting your bang for your buck there.
Right.
Well, you have a lot of different options at Looking Good Auto Detailing,
sure.
where you can kind of pick and choose, and you can walk people through that process too, right?
Yeah, it's a lengthy process. So we have you, when you book, like we have you book a consultation first.
Yeah.
So you come in, we'll inspect the vehicle, see what the needs of the vehicle are, and then kind of go from there. We'll give you our suggestions, and then you'll make an informed decision based on the information we gave you.
Love it. Okay, how can people get in contact with you and learn a little more?
We're at lookinggoodauto.com, or you can give us a call at 803-974-0709.
Well, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today I'm joined in studio by Becky from the Champion Autism Network. Becky, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Tell me, how did you get involved with CAN in the first place?
I created CAN.
Okay.
So I have a son who's high functioning on the spectrum. We relocated here from the South Jersey area 11 years ago. And there's all these wonderful organizations that support the person with autism, therapies and speech and ABA, but there's nothing for the family. And so we started in 2013 with our sensory-friendly movies. People came out to them and they were so excited to be somewhere where everybody got it and understood. They asked what else was there. So we took surveys and collected data, and we started a training program for restaurants because that was the number one thing our parents wanted to do. So we started to educate restaurants, and then I was like, okay, if you're gonna, like I said, invite the autism world to come out and play, everybody needs to know how to treat them and what's going on. So the travel initiative started in 2016, and that's when we became a 501c3 and incorporated, and we've just been kind of off and running ever since.
You're really covering all the bases, though, from the educational standpoint to actually just providing them something to do. But from your standpoint, what has it felt like being able to actually educate somebody that had no idea what autism was? How does that feel to you as a mom, too?
It's really wonderful and refreshing, and it's not embraced by everybody or every business, and that's okay, right? We're just happy that most businesses and people in the community feel it's the right thing to do. And really, it's not rocket science. Generally speaking, you just have to kind of lead with love, and like in a restaurant or pretty much anywhere, if you have light switches and a volume control, you're halfway there in supporting people. Then it's just learning tips and tricks about, what to do, how to treat people, these autism families in your restaurants or your stores or at your resorts, and what kind of support they might need, and then what to look out for in case there's a runner or an eloper, how to handle that situation.
A little patience goes a long way, too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
The following portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by PuroClean. Hey guys, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today I am in the studio and we are talking a very interesting topic with Joseph, PuroClean. I want to learn more about you guys and what you do. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. We are a local emergency restoration company serving the Grand Strand area. And what we do is we specialize in water damage, fire damage, mold remediation, and biohazard cleanup.
You guys tackle some pretty big jobs, but you all are still a local company, right?
We are. We are part of a franchise network. We have over 400 locations throughout the United States, but we are locally owned and operated here in the Grand Strand area.
Nice. Okay, so you said fire, mold, what else?
Water and biohazard.
So that's a lot of different stuff, and sometimes if people are calling you, it's not exactly the best day of their life.
No, it is absolutely not. It is usually one of the worst days of their life. You know, normally property owners go through 1 to 2 major losses in their lifetime, and it can be very disruptive. You know, sometimes they have to move out of their homes, especially when children are involved. I can only imagine. But yeah, it can be very detrimental to people's just normal life.
So I mean, how does the whole process work? If you have something bad happen to you and you need to make a call, how does the process work with you guys?
So we work real well with insurance companies. A lot of times people will report it to their insurance companies, and their insurance companies might call us, or they might call us directly. We get out there, we have a response time within 4 hours, and we want to make sure that we get that property stabilized so that there's no further damage to the property. We see everything from just a small water line break to major hurricanes. So like you said, there is a vast majority of different kind of work that we can do for our customers.
Gotcha. Do you maybe have any tips for people if something happens to them, or how to prevent a disaster from happening in your home?
Yeah, I mean, it's you can have leak detectors installed into your home, doing a yearly inspection of your home, doing service to your major appliances, your air conditioning unit, your refrigerator, your dishwasher, anything that's going to involve water, or even maybe a potential fire hazard. Make sure that your smoke alarms are up to date and have their batteries in. But sometimes, living in the climate we live when it comes to mold, we just live in a high humid climate, and sometimes it's unpreventable. Like I said, we want to do everything we can to prevent any other major damages happening. That's why we are called a restoration company.
When you said mold, it just sent chills down my spine because mold is my enemy. This is the sort of thing you want to trust the experts to clean up too, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. It can be, if you run into the wrong person with an immune system problem, it can make them very, very sick, or an allergy. We have to be very, very careful and thorough in the work that we do. And
I'm sure you have all the state-of-the-art equipment and all these special processes that you can't do yourself, really.
Absolutely. We are trained. We all, myself and my technicians, are certified through the IICRC. So we take pride in that. We go to continuing education to make sure that we're learning all about all the new processes and all the new technology out there that can help our customers get back to normal. So the one nice thing about being a part of a franchise network is when there is a major event such as a hurricane or a freeze, it's one phone call away from me to mobilize other franchises and my headquarters down in Florida to be able to come here to the Grand Strand area and the Myrtle Beach area to help us get back to normal, because sometimes it can be overwhelming. I might not be able to handle everybody at one time, but like I said, it's the nice thing about being part of a team as like PuroClean is that I can make one phone call and they'll come and help us, and like I said, help our community get back to normal. Strength in numbers. Strength in numbers for sure.
This portion of Living Local Carolina was sponsored by PuroClean.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.